15-10. Are we at 10? Good morning and welcome to MC 92.6 FM. I'm Colin Hanran alongside Alexander Lynch. We got a lot of talks about this morning as the world of sports is as busy as ever. Let's get started.
This past weekend, we saw the NBA's best take center stage in the Big Apple. Saturday night's skill competition featured some of the best shooters and high flyers in the league who descended upon Brooklyn as Stephen Curry took home the three-point contest and Zach LaVine soared his way to victory in the slam dunk contest.
On Sunday, the action moved to Midtown at Madison Square Garden for the 64th All-Star Game. The West defeated the East 163-158 in a game that set the record for total score. Russell Westbrook took home the MVP and led all scorers with 41 points. After playing in Sunday's All-Star Game, Knicks forward Carmelo Anthony has decided to undergo a season-ending knee surgery. This, in combination with the buying out of Amari Stoudemire, is confirmation of what most believe as a tanking effort by Phil Jackson in order to gain the number one pick come draft day.
Elsewhere in the NBA, Phoenix Sun guard Goran Dragic has stated that he does not plan to re-sign with Phoenix this offseason. Dragic has made it clear the Suns' management that he no longer wishes to share the backcourt with Isaiah Thomas and Eric Bledsoe. The Suns have until 3 p.m. Thursday to make a deal or risk losing Dragic in free agency without compensation. Boston, Sacramento, and Houston lead a long list of teams interested in Dragic.
In the collegiate basketball ranks, things are starting to heat up as we approach tourney time, and rivalry week is in full effect. Alex, it seems like that March Madness may have come a bit early this year.
That's right, Colin. It all began on Monday with number 23 West Virginia upsetting number 8 Kansas on a last-second layup to win 62-61. We also saw Butler squeak past Creighton on a shot with 1.9 seconds left to win 58-56 in what is quickly becoming one of the best Big East rivalries. On Tuesday, we saw a closely contested Texas-Oklahoma game, as Texas almost had the upset on the road, but Oklahoma rallied late to win 71-69. There is also doubt that each of these games are sure to have postseason implications for the teams involved.
The biggest game of the week came last night, though, as Duke's diaper dandy Jahlil Okafor got a taste of college hoops' fiercest rivalry as the Blue Devils took on the North Carolina Tar Heels at Cameron Indoor. Okafor, who left the game with an ankle injury late in the first half, returned in the second to help the Blue Devils in a late-game push and eventually win the game in overtime 92-90. The next chapter of this historic rivalry will come just 2 weeks from now as Duke will make the 8-mile trip down Tobacco Road on March 7th. Here's what Coach K had to say after the game.
Well, it's a great game. I mean, come on. You know, one team had to win and one team had to lose, and it's one possession, and we won. And I thought both teams played their hearts out. I mean, I don't see how both teams could play any harder than they did.
The highlight of the game, though, came before tip-off when players and coaches from both teams met at center court and embraced each other in a moment of silence in remembrance of the late, great coach Dean Smith, who passed away earlier this month. A few quick other notes. The Arizona Cardinals signed wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald to a 2-year contract. Jay Gruden has named Robert Griffin III as the Redskins' starting quarterback for next season. And NASCAR's Jeff Gordon took the pole in this year's Daytona 500.
We're only halfway done here, so stay tuned to after the break where we will talk a little bit about local Hudson Valley scoreboard and Mets baseball. Welcome back to MC 92.6 FN. Let's get you caught up on your local scoreboard from your favorite Hudson Valley teams. The women's swimming and diving team won their 6th straight MAC title on Saturday in Buffalo, New York. The Red Foxes won by the largest margin in program history with 860 points, surpassing Canisius by 332 points. With their 28th MAC title overall for Marist, the women's program has now won a total of 20 MAC championships. The Marist men's and women's basketball team both had a devastating loss this past weekend. Senior forward Manny Thomas had a season-high 16 points off the bench against Monmouth University, and senior guard Siobhan Lewis led the team with 3 assists and 3 block shots. Senior center Tori DeRose led all scorers with 20 points for the women's team, with her 5th consecutive game with at least 20 points. Both teams will be home this Saturday as they take on Iona College.
With pitchers and catchers reporting today, baseball is officially back, and the eyes of the league are on Mets pitcher Matt Harvey, or more specifically his elbow, as Harvey will make his return from Tommy John. Harvey will look back to his old ways, which saw him toss just a 2.27 ERA in 2013. Here's what Harvey said is the key to this season.
The big thing is just going out there and performing and playing.
Fortunately for the Mets, there are plenty of talented young arms around Harvey that can give him the time he needs to get back to 100%.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is set to fight May 2nd, but the question is, will he fight Manny Pacquiao? The boxing world continues to wait for the fight that is said to bring back the sport of boxing. And that's all the time we have.
The New York Rangers reached a 4-game win streak with a 6-5 victory over rival New York Islanders last Monday night. The Islanders have dominated the series all season long until this game. That's all the time we have for today here. Tune in next week for the latest sporting news. I'm Colin Hanrahan for Alexander Litch, saying so long. Oh, answer. You said, okay, so that Rangers win. How about that?